Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is your captain speaking.
Good afternoon, this is your captain speaking.
Hashtag Think Nashville, Think Brad. And welcome to the Think Brad channel, where today we're talking about the 2-1 interest rate buy down. So whether you're a first-time caller, first-time watcher, or a long-time watcher, make sure you're hitting subscribe on that button if you haven't already. One of our big goals for the year is to end the year at 500 subscribers. So please make that happen. Well, in the simplest of terms, the whole idea is that a borrower would have their lowest rate year 1, rising a little bit year 2, before years 3 through 30, it's the same rate. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that this is not the same thing as using points to make the rate discounted across the life of the loan, which we talked about in our last video. And it's not even the same thing as an ARM, an adjustable rate mortgage, where the rate is the same either 5, 7, or 10 years with an adjustable rate that moves with the market after that. The difference with a 2-1 interest rate buy down is what we already know what the rate will be years 3 through 30. So take my example of 7% from a minute ago, just where rates happen to be at the moment. If you locked in on a 2-1 interest rate buy down, the first year your payment's going to be 5% interest. The second year, 6% interest, and the third year at 7% interest. The combination of real estate prices having gone up 50% just about in 3 years in Nashville makes this a very desirable thing, as well as rates having risen from being very low, upper 2s, low 3s, to mid 7s, where we are currently. Now here's the truth. The truth is mid 7s all time is not that bad. May not be where you want to be, but the reality is it's not that bad all time. So let's give a quick example, because everybody does better with examples, especially me. Let's say you're out there buying a property. The property is $500,000. You're getting a loan for $400,000, 7% interest rate, 30 years. To buy the rate down with a 2-1 interest rate buy down, you're probably looking at about $10,000 all in, about 2.5% of the loan amount, or 250 basis points. So again, $400,000 loan, 2.5% of that, $10,000 to buy that thing down. So now let's look at it from the bank's perspective, because wait a second, you've got a $3,000 payment, but you're paying $2,500. What gives? What gives is that in year 1, when you're paying $2,500, part of that money collected at closing that hopefully the seller's paid for is being allotted to your payment. So month 1, you paid $2,500, bank needs $3,000. They grab $500 of that $10,000 amount. We wash and repeat all through year 1 to year 2. Year 2 payment is now $2,800, but the bank needs $3,000. So guess what? They go back to that escrow fund set up by the bank at closing, and they grab that money. The bank is always made whole each and every month. So now let's look at it from the mindset of a buyer. From the mindset of a buyer, you have to think about it. If you're in the prime of your career, working hard every single day, your salary probably goes up a few percent each and every year. So that decreased payment the first 2 years really helps you slide in and get accustomed to the payment years 3 through 30. But what if you're someone with a salary that's stagnant, or a job where you've lost your job and you're nervous about locking into this? Well, you got to live somewhere. So even if you're paying rent somewhere and you're paying, say, $1,500 to $2,000 per month, does your rent stay the same? No, never. It goes up every single year. So if it goes up $100 a month, $200 a month, you are better off focusing on the 2-rate buy down and buy now versus waiting and having that rent go up each and every year. Granted, your payment doesn't stay the exact same. The principal and interest portion does, but your taxes and insurance do go up over time. That's just life. But again, to recap, the whole point of the 2-1 buy down is to get someone who may be on the fence, maybe one of your buyers. They're just not ready. They're not ready to go. They've seen their rates explode. They're like, what do I do? It's a good tool to get them out there, get their rate bought down, hopefully by the seller, and get them a new property and keep it moving for you. So as we wrap up, I just want to convey, I'm a huge fan of the 2-1 interest rate buy down. I'm a huge fan of, depending on the situation, of buying down the rate as well permanently across the board. It really just depends what is your perspective, what's your situation, where you're going, how long you're going to be there. There's so many questions only you know that I don't know, just looking through this lens here. So we're going to be bringing you even more lending videos. So whether you're a buyer, you're a seller, you're an agent, you work at a title company, whatever your deal is, keep tuning into these, because I think you're going to like them, I think you're going to enjoy them, and I hope you'll be joining us here soon. Until then, see you very soon. Cheers.